Hey y'all, it's your girl Yana Angelique, and I am here with my famous mustard potato salad recipe. And I call it mustard potato salad because obviously I put mustard in it, but I guess it's the color I like it. Some people don't like it as yellow as mine, and if you don't, then you might not want to watch this video because I make mine the perfect yellow color. So to start off, of course, I just start prepping my eggs. I just put about probably like 6 eggs in a pot because I do like a lot of egg. I dash a little bit of salt just so that way while they're boiling it's easier to fill them at the end. So after I put those on the stove, I start prepping my potatoes. And I was only making enough for like 2 servings, so I think I only used about like 4 to 6 potatoes. I can't really remember. But you want to make sure you wash your potatoes really good. And well, usually I peel my potatoes first, but initially I had thought I was going to make the potato salad with skin on it. But then towards the end, I decided, yeah, no, I don't want the skin. So that's why you see me boiling them with the skin. But usually I peel my potatoes first. But if you do like your skin and your potatoes, then you can do it the way I'm doing in this video. So in the water, I do add chicken bouillon for like, flavor. So that way the potatoes kind of get boiled with the seasoning. So I put a whole cube of that because yeah, the more flavor the better. And I don't know why I was breaking it up in chunks like that. You can literally just throw the whole cube in there and don't mind me.
I better find your loving, I better find your heart, I better find your loving, I better find your heart, I better find your loving, I better find your heart.
So now we're gonna get to the chopping up everything process. I like to do that while my potatoes and eggs are boiling. So some celery, I use sweet onion and red onion, but I only use the red onion for color, so I don't put as much. Right now I just break the celery apart, we'll pull it apart, cut off obviously the ends that you do not want. Make sure you do clean your celery. Obviously you'll see me do that in the process because I don't know, I just can't do dirty celery. So I did wash it off, even though you don't see me doing it in the video, I do clean my celery. So you just want to make sure you dice that up in really small chunks so that, I don't like my stuff too chunky. Put that aside, and then so the way I chop up my sweet onion, I don't just cut it up in pieces. I use a cheese grater and I actually shave the onion down because you don't want too many chunks of things in the potato salad. Well, for me at least, I only like a little bit of crunch, not too much to overpower it, so I prefer to shave the onion down. I fall for you every time I try to resist. Get away. I'm just bitch feel feeling every day. All I wanna hear is an episode that we play. And then once you have all that shaved down, I like to store those in the fridge, obviously, so they can get nice and cold. And now it's time for the red onion. So for this one, I do chop up only because, like I said, I use the red onion specifically for color, not necessarily for flavor. So I do only use a little bit, as you see, and then I just chop it up in really small little squares so that way it's not too overpowering and too chunky into the potato salad. Once you finish that, gotta head over to the potatoes, check on those, make sure they're not overcooking. And I usually test that with a fork. If it's obviously too hard, then they're not done. If they're perfect, you don't want them too mushy. And this is where I was talking about. You will see me peeling the potato skin off of it. If you want to keep the skin, you would just obviously let the potatoes cool a little bit. Don't peel the skin, but I peeled the skin, so now I'm just cutting them up in not really shapes, just more of like to the like medium-sized squares, I would say. You don't want them too big, but you don't want them too small to where when you go mixing them around, it becomes mashed. So with my eggs, I also like to chop those up in like, little small pieces. I leave some bigger chunks, some smaller chunks, and then I do leave out at least 1 or 2, depending on how big your potato salad's going to be, eggs. So that way at the end I cut them up in just like, bigger circles, because I do like the look of eggs on top of my potato salad. So if you like that look, then leave some eggs to the side for later. And then for my mixture, I do like to make it separate, because I put my potatoes in the fridge so that way they can cool down, because you do not want to mix it while it's hot, because you just don't want to do that. It will turn into mashed potatoes and not good ones. So I don't really measure, even though I just use measuring cups in this, but I would say, because it really just depends on how big of a serving you're making, but you don't want your potato salad to be too saucy. You don't want it to be dry. So I would just say either ratio. I don't know. But I just add Miracle Whip. Well, I did half Miracle Whip, half mayo. I added some yellow mustard, black pepper, salt, some onion powder, garlic powder, paprika. Actually, no, I did not do paprika. I don't do that until the end. So with this mixture, I just do salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and I believe that's all. Oh yeah, and can't forget about the relish. I do put relish in there. I use sweet relish because I prefer my potato salad a little sweet, but I know some people use dill, so it's, again, up to your taste preference. You can use either or. And then now I'm just adding my red onion, the white or sweet onion, and celery to the mix. And then I mix that around, but I try not to mix it too much, because again, you don't want to mash your potatoes too much. So I mix it around a little bit before I add my sauce. And after I added my sauce, now I'm just going to make sure I mix it around really good. And by that, and then of course you got to do a little taste test, so I can make sure if I need to add anything, if I don't need to add anything. So yeah, always want to taste your food. And then look at that, just looks amazing. So that's how my potato salad ends up looking, nice and colorful. And then the eggs that I told you guys to put to the side, now I'm going to go back to those, cut them up in like circular sizes, and I'm just going to kind of place them along the top, just for like decoration, just for like, so it can look pretty. And after you got it all layered with the eggs, you're going to go ahead and add your paprika. And look at that. Final result. Telling y'all, go ahead and try this recipe. Let me know how you like it down below. Make sure you share and subscribe. Bye.
Plenty, plenty, plenty survive with the face. Just to make sure